What's up, everybody? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And this is going to be one of those videos where we're just going to just break down the truth here. All right. And show you what is being passed up and what don't meet the standards of the modern BAW. All right. And this is going to be why Afro men can't bless the BW and why we are seeking other women, preferably outside of the United States. All right. And the laws in Hollywood and feminists have ruined the relationship between men and women in such a way that it is now illogical from the thinking of men to have anything to do with an American robot, as we say, T800, T1000. All right. And this is because they have become not a helpmeet, but more of a risk, a danger to the regular man. And nowhere do you see this more clearly than the so-called black community, where you don't even know if you're going to be able to have children, because just because you got your wife pregnant don't mean she'll keep the child. And when you look at the abortion rate at over 24 million to approximately and maybe over 60 million when you count all the states within the United States. See, when you do the abortion rate and it's only 24 million, they're not counting at least 10 states. And some major ones, California, New Hampshire, Maryland is one, and New York is not counted in that 24 million number. More than everything else that have killed us. Nothing has killed us more than that. All right, so before I really get into this, and I forget, let me greet everybody who voted her do the dog all the way to the main. Vasas los, bonjour, mes amis, kerabang konnichiwa, nihani ana, sani bonani, jambo habarigani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right, so we as Afro men have better odds at finding wife material and somebody willing to be our wife in the way we want outside of the United States. And so I wanted to put people on game about what countries, based on my limited experiences, right? I got one more country to visit that's popular, but for what we're looking for in a relationship, long-term relationship, what's going on. And if these people ever end up across the border, that's another thing, of the United States for some reason or another, what cultures shun the feminist culture in the United States, all right, in favor of family? And that's what we're going to deal with, right? One of the cultures is Mexico. The other culture is Southeast Asia, barring the Philippines. The Philippines are good wives if you're in the Philippines, but once you get them over here, that's a different story. All right, but South America, barring Brazil. All right. But what we have learned is not only do we have somebody that we can't trust in the BAW in the United States, but we have somebody that's a willing adversary against us for the benefit of the state and the Caucasian male, and that is the BW. Where on YouTube, Facebook, they advocate for the elimination of the Afro male seed and the Afro men, you know, Egypt and Cynthia G and all of them, period. All the, what is it, Crystal Swirls and all of them, all right? So there's a level of hatred for us Afro men that we are being inundated with by the BAW in a way we have not seen from anybody else for no reason at all. Absolutely none. And don't go say, well, they were treated bad by their choices. It was their choices. You can't choose thugs and expect them to act like good men. You can't think your coochie is good gold and think that thugs are just going to turn into non-thugs. See? So there's an issue right there. All right, so earlier today I was getting some things together, and I'm on the train and I am looking at this woman that comes on and sings. Beautiful woman. Probably got a dude, right? But I'm noticing that she's singing on the train. Because this is her hustle, to use their voice. Here's the downside that I've seen. She can sing, but I've seen a lot of talent come through on the train. A lot of talent. All right. Everybody's trying to make it into the bigs. All right. I want y'all to understand this. Everybody is trying to make it into the bigs with their channel. Nobody wants to marry and create any wealth. That's one of the problems. I bring this up because I'm in Brazil right now, and we're on the metro in Brazil. No, we're on the train in Brazil. And you can see the hustle culture, and you can understand why it's happening. But the women did not unite with the Afro women, Afro-Brazilian women did not unite with the Afro men to build wealth. She decided to go along. The Afro men decided to be in gangs to protect the community. And who's losing? The whole community. In Brazil, there are no Afro faces at all in any of the media. I have not seen any, period. In any of the media, in any of the news, in any of the magazines, you will not see any of the faces that you see on these trains in the magazine, except maybe the lady sitting down with the black bag. But that's about it. Now, I kept telling you that not only did the BAW have this dream, but they spread this dream throughout the world. And the diaspora is suffering because of this feministic wave by these women, to the point where you got a lot of these Afro women chasing a dream, and they all outnumber the Afro men. I want y'all to understand this. So as good as they can sing, they're singing in Portuguese, which means they're here in Brazil. Brazil ain't trying to promote the Afro thing. They don't have a soul genre. Whereas you can promote a culture like we used to have. Now, they want us to sell out our soul. They want Justin Timberlake to sing soul, but they don't want to hear it from Afro people anymore. They figured they, as Caucasian peoples, got it copied. So they're going to appropriate the total culture of the Afro hip hop, which they pretty much primarily did. All the black people you see in that, those are their bots. Not real talent. Those are their bots. All right. Those aren't put up there by Afro people. Those are run by Caucasians. And they're designed to make the whole community look bad and spew poison in the minds of our children. Instead of us getting back to playing real music and having bands. It's the one thing you don't see, bands. People cooperating together for the good of a whole. That's why they wanted to get rid of bands like Earth, Wind & Fire, Ohio Players, and all the rest of that stuff. Mint Condition. They wanted to get rid of the bands. Because the bands had skill. They took time. They practiced together. They worked together. They co-wrote, which means they bounced ideas, and the music was better. The songs were better that were being written by the bands. Now, I wanted to point this out. All right. So these are my new scores. It went up. The reason why it went up because my car got paid off, and the reason why it matters now is I'm looking to get a house. And so I wanted to bring this up because of my scores and stuff, the lender, so I'm doing the VA. I don't need any money down. All right. So I'm doing the VA, and I make a call at 5 o'clock my time to do the pre-approval. I get a note back at 5:18 my time, so it was like 3, whatever time that is. But it took them 18 minutes to give me an answer for pre-approval. Do you know, with my credit score, I'm still considered a piece of trash? Did you know that with my credit score, this is my credit score, the BAW in the United States would consider me a piece of trash? One, I'm too short. I'm too black, you know, because they call me black. So I'm trash. Why am I not worried? Why am I not worried? Okay, this is Mr. Moses calling me back. So we got off the phone. It didn't take him but about 15 minutes, so 18 minutes, 7:18, to give me that pre-approval. All right. What I did before making this step is I got my passport and I started looking around the world. And I said, if I'm going to settle down, what would my options be? I knew that they cannot be the BAW in the United States. Too much of a risk on me. You can't bless them. They will not change. They think that they are entitled. All right. Let me show you how bad the entitlement is. All right. Understand this if you can.
And if that means I'm single for another 2 years, then that's what it is. Because the person that is for me is going to take me right now at being a little over 300 pounds. Because then in the future, when I look at you, I can say you deserve me now at my best. Because this isn't my best. My best is yet to come. But you should earn and deserve me at my best. And if that means I'm single for another 2 years, then that's what it is. Because the person that is for me is going to take me right now at being a little over 300 pounds. And if that means I'm single for another 2 years, then that's what it is. Because the person that is for me is going to take me right now at being a little over 300 pounds. Because then in the future, when I look at you, I can say you deserve me now at my best. Because this isn't my best. My best is yet to come. But you should earn and deserve me at my best.
Whoa! Okay, this is the...
Did that make any kind of sense to anybody? She wants to give you her worst, right? And this is the kind of woman that don't want to do like me. But I can get my passport, go to Colombia, and settle down with a woman like the one on the left. The other one is from Brazil. All right. Now, with saying the other one is from Brazil, that could be a girlfriend. They don't do the marriage thing here like that. Okay, it could be a girlfriend. Now, if I could settle down in Brazil, And this could just be my girlfriend in Brazil. That's how crazy this stuff is. So they got to get back to their grind, get back to their hustle. All right? Because that's all they got. Whereas these women are looking for decent men. And there is this thing, competition between the Colombians and the Brazilians. But the BAWs are not even in it. If you talk to anybody that's trying to make something of themselves and say, who are you going to get with? The BAW or the woman on the right? The Colombian, I think she might be Brazilian, right? Or are you going to choose the Colombian? Both of these are from Colombia. All right, what would you choose? Somebody that's going to be their worst, and you know, this is my flavor right here. But this woman is beautiful. She got it going on. And they're beautiful like that in Colombia. For those of us that like dark women, for those of you that like the other color and stuff, brothers are going down and winning with other women that say, if you can take care of us, that's the blessing for us. Whereas the BW say, I want a man whose money I can spend into perpetuity. I want to ride around in a bunch of expensive cars and not be happy, because that don't bring you joy. And then I want to somehow try to siphon that money away from that man. That's why they want a man with six-figure income. That's why they say six-pack, because they don't love men. We're just tools for them, for the BAW. That's why you can't bless them. They were trained by their mothers to not seek men that can bless them. And then they exported that to other places. And so the other places are having the same problem with their women with the BAW attitudes. But remember, why did I say we go to other countries? Because at the end of the day, all right, at the end of the day, when you leave and go to these other countries, you're going to find natural looking women, not afraid to get in the water, all right, that will give you the time of day. And more to that, the brothers who are married to Colombians, I haven't seen one that was upset about it yet. The ones that stayed in the Philippines, they're not upset about it either. All right, the brothers that are in Thailand, oh, it just blew their minds open. All right, the women that that's in here, these are from Colombia. And here's the sad part, the real sad part. The brothers that leave and go to Colombia, this is the caliber of women you can get being a regular guy like me in Alton. In all my blackness, in all my short 5'8", 5'9" self, that the BAW don't like. Because you know what they appreciate about me? My wisdom and my ability to be able to take care of them. And these are the type of women that will take care of you as long as you are with them. Our problem now is governments trying to keep everybody separated. Brothers, the problem is the governments who are trying to keep us separated. And their minions, right? So, let me remind y'all, We got to explore our options. My PayPal me and Cash App will be in the description box. Remember, take care of yourself and family first before you donate anything to anybody. But if you would like to help me out in what I do for these communities and stuff, y'all know what to do. With that said, I'm out.